Is live this morning with the Milwaukee Fire Department talking about cold weather safety. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. You know, a lot of people at home today, which is a good thing. A lot of cancellations and closures. People at home in the comfort of their couch, watching TV, hopefully watching Fox 6, which is great. But a lot of people still have to go out into these bitter cold temperatures, including the Milwaukee Fire Department. I've got Lieutenant Skylar Bilott joining me here this morning. And you guys, just overnight, you were out fighting 4 fires. You know, what do you guys do to stay warm during these very, very cold times?
Well, as we start, we have our turnout gear, which gives us some level of protection, but when it's bitterly cold like this, we still need additional layers. So our firefighters will wear another sweatshirt or some long underwear, anything they can do to layer up. And then when they do get to the fires, we send additional resources. We have extra firefighters on scene so that they can rotate out and try to stay warm as much as possible, but there's still, you know, the job that has to get done. So we unfortunately get caught in the cold weather sometimes.
And you got the coats there too. Is this gear waterproof? Because what do you guys do with you got the water that you're dealing with to put out the fire, and I'm sure you guys get wet out there too. How do you manage that?
There are several layers within it that offer us some protection, but essentially the outer layer, it's not going to be waterproof. It will absorb water, but with this weather, it'll freeze initially, so it kind of gives us that little outer layer of ice almost. And once you thaw out, then that melts and then it starts to get uncomfortable. So it's almost better to stay out in the cold, which sounds kind of backwards, but we try to layer up as much as possible, get our companies cycling through back and forth so that they can get into a warm environment and try to stay comfortable.
What about those gloves? I mean, how warm are those?
Well, it's like the rest of our gear. It's effective up to a certain point, but if you're standing outside for multiple hours, you're going to get cold. So if it's just a brief fire, if we can get done pretty quickly, it's usually not as bad, but with these conditions, we have additional challenges. We have water supply issues, we have frozen lines, so that tends to make the entire operation last a little bit longer, which leaves us out in these elements a little longer as well.
Well, and the tough thing for you guys too, I mean, it's you hear the alarm, you got to go. I mean, you don't have time to sit and, you know, plan and grab hand warmers and shake them up and put them in your gloves and stuff like that. I mean, you got to get out the door and go.
Right. So you try to layer up before you go, but you obviously can't have a ton of stuff on because you're walking around the firehouse. You're doing your other daily duties with too much clothes on. It's not going to do any good. So if you can get that extra sweatshirt on before you go, we'll set up our gear next to the rig so that we can get out quickly. But unfortunately, you know, when it's cold, there's only so much you can do. So.
And to prevent further problems with the fire, smoke detectors are a key.
Yes, we always encourage people to check their smoke detectors. We want to have at least one on every level of your home. And if you can do it, we want you to have one in every sleeping area as well. And it just provides you that early notification so that if there is a fire in your home, you can get out quickly. Go to a neighbor's house, especially in this weather, call 911, we'll come and help you from there. But have those smoke detectors, test them regularly, make sure that they're working. It's the best way to protect yourself and your family.
All right, some important things there. So Kim, make sure you check that smoke detector. But we're going to have a lot more where that came from. But for now, we're going to toss it back to you, Kim.
All right, thank you.